Today at Children's Mercy Park, it's a rematch of the epic 2017 USL Western Conference Championship game and two teams that are red hot. Swope Park Rangers, winners of 2 straight, hosting Oklahoma City Energy FC, winners of 4 straight games. Looking live at the beautiful Children's Mercy Park here in Kansas City, Kansas. It is a hot day out there. Temperatures currently 88 degrees, heat index right around 95. And 2 red hot teams facing off today, Swope Park Rangers and Oklahoma City Energy FC. The Rangers have won 2 straight. Oklahoma City has won 4 straight, and not only that, they have scored 3 goals or more in all 4 of those wins. Welcome here live inside. I'm Dave Borchard alongside Doug McCloggin. And Doug, it's getting to crunch time now. Only 7 games left in the season, and today's match has some big-time playoff implications.
Yeah, it's big time now. It's all about momentum. As you said earlier, 4 games on a row for wins for Oklahoma, 2 on a row for Swope Park Rangers. It's about picking up points now and getting in that top 8.
As I mentioned, Oklahoma City has scored 3 or more goals in each of their last 4 games, all of those victories, and Jose Berry, the attacking midfielder, has been the guy that really makes that offense go.
Yeah, absolutely. It's about who's hot right now, and Jose Berry is the setup guy. He's got 7 assists in the last 3 games, which is absolutely remarkable. He'll be looking up top for Christian Valesky, who's got 10 goals, but he could be the man who's feeding them today.
For the home team, Swope Park Rangers, Hadji Berry has scored in his last 3 starts, and with Carlton Belmar out today, I think the offense has to be going through Hadji Berry.
Yeah, the Killer Bees are missing Belmar. Blackwood's going to be there today, but Barry has 11 goals and 5 assists, and he is on fire right now.
Should be an exciting game. Both teams riding a hot streak, and both teams have the ability to score lots of goals. Stay tuned. We'll be back with the starting lineups and the opening kickoff. Swope Park Rangers and Oklahoma City Energy FC coming up next here on ESPN+.
Come on, kid. How you doing, brother? Say it, pal. You go. Oh, shit. I didn't tell you to go in there. Yeah. Good to see.
Welcome back inside Children's Mercy Park in Kansas City, Kansas, one of the finest soccer stadiums in the world. And kickoff just moments away, Swope Park Rangers and Oklahoma City Energy FC. Thanks so much for tuning in here on ESPN+. Right now, let's take a look at tonight's starting lineups. Starting with the visitors from Oklahoma City. Doug, what jumps out to you in tonight's lineup?
Well, we talked about it earlier, but Berry and Valesky are two of the hardest players in the league right now, so they're going to have to keep an eye on those two absolutely for sure.
Coach Steve Cook leading the way for Oklahoma City Energy FC. In his first season, it started off rough, but Oklahoma City has been red hot lately, and some credit to Coach Cook and his staff for getting their season turned around. On the other side, for the home team, Swope Park Rangers, in their traditional formation, and as we mentioned, Hadji Berry could be a force up top. What else stands out to you with this lineup, Doug?
Well, they've got Rebellion up front, which is strange to me because they always played midfield defense. So it'll be interesting to see what they're going to do with him in this lineup here.
Coach Paulo Nagamura in his first season at the helm for Swope Park Rangers, obviously legendary Sporting KC player and championship winner. Referee today will be Sergei Demenchuk, who's about to blow his whistle. Looking at his watch right now as we're about to get underway. And here we go, Swope Park Rangers and Oklahoma City Energy FC. Thanks so much for tuning in today here on ESPN+. And as we talked about, game with a lot of playoff implications. Like Doug mentioned earlier in the pregame show, the top 8 teams in the Western Conference will make the playoffs. Right now, Swope Park Rangers in 7th place, and they have 6 of their last 7 games at home, including today. Oklahoma City Energy FC in a bit more of a precarious spot. They're in 10th place right now, so a win today would be huge for them. But they have 6 of their last 7 games on the road, Doug, so a win's almost even more imperative today for Oklahoma City FC. The rest of their schedule's tough. Yeah, it's going to be really tough. In fact, they play, 3 of the teams they play are in the top 4 as we speak right now. So, yeah, they've got a much tougher schedule than the Swope Park Rangers. So a result today, or some kind of result today, would be very good for them. Rangers maybe going to get the first chance of the match here as the ball's dribbled into the edge of the penalty area. Hernandez now trying to dribble in, but it's cleared out, and now Oklahoma City maybe looking to work quickly the other direction. Not numbers in their favor, though. Right now, a 1v4 break. Tried to draw a foul. No call is given by the referee. Probably a good no call there. Oklahoma City Energy was moving quickly, but they just didn't have runners there to find a pass. Yeah, he was completely on his own there. That might be an indication of what we might see of him today. Soaking in the energy from Swope Park Rangers, then breaking on the break, but they're going to have to break more than one person. Missed challenge there, and now it could be a chance for Oklahoma City. Ball to the edge of the penalty area. Now a long-range shot, curling it just wide of the back post. Nearly the opening goal of the match there by Christian Valesky. We mentioned him. He's been red hot. Goals in 4 straight games, and he nearly had a goal there in the 2nd minute. Yeah, and there's the combination we talked about. Berry, 14, plays Valesky, 12, and that is not far off. Very close effort. Try to bend it into the far post, and very, very close to being up 1-0 there. Great bit of skill there by Valesky, just creating a little bit of space for that right-footed shot and curled it beautifully, just about a foot outside of the post. So he nearly had his 11th goal of the season. He leads Oklahoma City Energy FC with 10 goals thus far. As we mentioned, has scored in 4 straight games. All of those wins for Oklahoma City. In all those games, they've scored 3 goals or more. So this game on paper, it looks like this could be an offensive sort of game. Well, it should be, but now we've said that, it's probably going to be 0-0. But no, they've scored a lot of goals in the last 4 games. And there's an opportunity right away for Swope Park Rangers. Ball falls to Berry, but he gets it right at the keeper. I don't know how it fell to him between 2 defenders, but it did. But his shot goes right at Cody Laurendi, who makes the save. And Laurendi, I think, just found himself in the right place at the right time, and the ball bouncing a little bit strange on Berry. I don't think he necessarily was able to place that right where he wanted to. And a long-range shot there, tips off the crossbar. Wow, 2 interesting plays there. Berry had a great chance, but just couldn't get the ball away from underneath his body. And then Didic just hit an absolute rocket that hit the crossbar. Again, kind of a weird bounce here, taking some spin. I don't think Berry was able to get everything he wanted to on that one. But then Didic, look how far out he is, Doug. Wow. And he get it off the top of the post. That's an incredible effort there by Didic. And like you said, the first one for Berry, it looked like it took a little backspin and got stuck underneath his feet. Just a tough one to get out of his body. And unfortunately, he got it out and it went straight to the keeper. talk about this Oklahoma City offense and 3 or more goals in their 4 straight wins. You know, just me as a casual observer and watching the early part of this game, that seems to indicate to me a team that wants to play some wide open soccer. We've seen teams come in here before and sit back and defend. Oklahoma City doesn't seem like that sort of team, and we can already see it here as maybe another potential chance for the Rangers. Long range shot, incredible save. Ball still into a dangerous spot at the edge of the area, but what a save there by Lorendi, who's been busy early on, and now a dangerous cross just rolls harmlessly over the end line, but full extension on that save there by Lorendi.
Well, that was an incredible strike again. I mean, took it across his body with 1 touch and hit a rocket. That's a really good save by the keeper. Strong hands to push it out, and Swope almost following up for the tap-in rebound.
Well, and Rebeillan's shot was destined for the corner. That thing was on frame, and that would have found the back of the net if not for the goalkeeper's full extension save. Yeah, 3 opportunities in the first, basically 2 minutes. Swope can keep this up, but we're going to have a fantastic game ahead of us here. And on the other end, Valesky nearly had a goal of his own. This has been a lot of action here the first 5 minutes of the match, and it's nice to see 2 teams coming in that both want to play soccer and not just sit back and defend. See if the heat plays any factor in terms of slowing this down. And like we said in the pregame show, Doug, it's about 95 degrees with the heat index right now. Assuming there may be some water breaks in this match, but what kind of an impact do you expect this heat might have on the game today?
Well, you would think the game would be a more slow pace and under control game, which we might see eventually, but right now it's certainly not looking that way. It is full out. Both teams are wanting 3 points here. You can tell the hunger in both teams.
Good touch there to set up a cross. Ball sent into the area. Headed out, though, by the Swope Park Rangers defense. Nice defense there as a pretty good cross in. And now switching to a defensive mode is the home side. Oklahoma City Energy FC controlling things here near the center of the park. Like you said, Doug, it's a frantic pace, especially considering the weather. It's not a comfortable day just to be outside sitting in the stands, let alone sprinting end to end, but that's what's been happening the first 6 minutes or so of this match. Now, a little bit of a slowdown for really the first time in the game. Rangers content just to be patient, have possession here for a minute.
Yeah, I think it's an indication of how important this game is. I think both coaches have stressed the fact that they need points today because both these teams are fighting to get in that top 8. And you can see both teams are coming out with a purpose to get on the board early, and it's exciting to watch. Can they keep it up for 90 minutes? I don't know. In this heat, that's tough to do. We may see it slow down a little bit eventually, but I love the way both teams have started.
Island with the throw in for Oklahoma City, now gets it back, but immediately pressured. Thought it could have been a turnover there, but possession stays with the visitors. Select is the official ball of the USL. For the latest Select products and special offers, please visit selectsportamerica.com. Again, selectsportamerica.com, and you can receive free shipping on orders over $50. Storm dribbling towards the center of the pitch. Now playing it back to Kuzain. Had a great goal in the last game to equalize things for the Rangers. Ended up number 2 play on SportsCenter top 10. His free kick that tied the game. The game was eventually won by Hadji Berry with a goal in the 79th minute. Kuzain, one of those guys that's on loan from Sporting KC. It's always nice to see those guys and how they'll fare here in the USL. Smith, draft pick of Sporting KC there, playing it to Djidic, another loanee from Sporting. The game is slowed a bit from that frantic pace we saw in the opening 5 minutes, but still, like you said, Doug, both these teams really could use the 3 points today, so I think this will be an entertaining, aggressive game to watch. We've already seen that thus far. Yeah, this is more of the game I was expecting, where I think Swope's going to see more ball than Oklahoma, but they're going to have to knock it around and probe and look for those gaps to play between the lines, and they're going to have to be really patient with the ball. pulls through, no one there for the visitors to run onto it. Now possession obviously back to the home side. And again, like you said, Doug, it looks like as things have slowed down a bit, they're just going to have to be patient with this possession, and who's going to be able to pull a string? You would think somebody in the center of the park in a midfield role, maybe a Kuzain, maybe Felipe Hernandez, maybe the newcomer Akhmatov, be able to get through this back line that's now pretty well organized after kind of a frantic start to the match.
Yeah, and they're a very well organized back four is Oklahoma. Obviously they started the season off a little shaky, and I think coach then brought in some players with some very good experience, USL and MLS, and they've been pretty steady since. And so they're going to be a hard back four to break down, that's for sure. And like Swope's going to have to be patient, move them around side to side, and look to play between the lines, and then maybe turn and run at the back four and to create some opportunities.
You highlighted Jose Barril in your pregame analysis, and if the Rangers are going to get most of the possession, as we've seen here the last few minutes, is that the matter of Oklahoma City just kind of looking to get a turnover, counterattack, and then try to quickly get the ball to Barril and let him make a play at that point?
Yeah, it may be the case, because if you look at the last 6 or 7 games, they have not controlled the most of the ball in each game. Every team they've played against has had more possession than them, and yet they've won the last 4. So it sounds like they'll sit back in, they'll soak it up, and then Barril and Valesky will take care of their magic when they get the ball. And they've obviously scored goals. It could be a lot on transition, on counter-attack goals. I think one of the issues for Swope Park Rangers, they've got to be very careful, especially in the middle third, not to turn that ball over and give them a chance to counter-attack.
There's a turnover there by Oklahoma City. Now ball played into the box. First touch lets down the Rangers forward there, and now cleared out by the OKC defense.
Yeah, it wasn't a bad idea there from Blackwood. He tried to play it first time around the defender, so kind of know what he was trying to do, but it just didn't come off, and the defender read it quite well. But if it does come off, he's in behind there for an opportunity on goal. So a nice attempt. Every now and then you've got to be a little creative and try some stuff on your own.
I feel like especially against a defense that's going to let you have the ball, if you can pull out some offensive moves that are unpredictable, that's really where you can be dangerous, because if they can kind of dictate where you're moving side to side, and it can be a fairly predictable game, but if you can add that little bit of unpredictability on offense, I think that's a great way to break down a defense like this.
Yeah, it might take a little bit of magic, whether it's a quick combination in the final third, or whether it's an individual move to yourself or an individual flick to someone else. It's going to take that little magic to create that opportunity, and then obviously you're going to want to put it between the posts and get a goal. But again, patience with the ball, and then something creative in that final third, and that's what probably Swope Park Rangers are looking to do today.
Now Oklahoma City, Energy FC, really the first time they've had possession since the opening moments of the match. Throw in here deep in the defensive third for the home side Swope Park Rangers. See if we have a long throw specialist, and a pretty good throw there actually. The ball's bounced around, now sent towards the goal, but into a line of Swope Park Rangers defenders. Now long ball played forward again. That may have too much pace on it. No, it settles down very nicely. What can Oklahoma City do with this? Ball played across right in front of the net. Foul is called, I believe.
Yeah, there was a little push in the back by Valesky. There's a good cross into him, but there's a little nudge in the back there to try and get on the ball, and referee standing right there. And here's the opportunity before. It's a good long throw in with a flick from John. Unfortunately, it looks like Didic might have got in the way there to block the shot.
Like Zendejas probably was in the right spot for that as well. And here's the second, the foul called. Didn't look like a ton of contact there, but.
No, and we didn't really see it that well, but I was watching because I knew when the ball was coming in, it was probably going to Valesky, and you could see 2 hands in the back. Probably not a big foul, but enough to get an advantage for him, which is immediate call by the referee. A very good call, very well positioned referee.
What a look by Storm, just barely out of the outstretched foot of Blackwood, but a good look there by the right back getting up the field for the home side. Berry with the throw in. Nice move there by Storm, but just over the sideline. USL's official Twitter feed keeps you up to date with news, live game updates, and highlights from around the league 24/7. Follow online at USL on Twitter. Again, at USL on Twitter. Rangers again really keeping the possession ever since the first 5 minutes of this game. That was very much fast break soccer up and down the field. Rangers have had about 90% of the ball since then. Akhmatov wanted a foul there. Referee says play on. Now, nice ball to the center of the park. Could be a chance for Blackwood. Tries to get it to Berry behind the defense, but emergency defending there by Atiba Harris, the former MLS veteran. I thought Blackwood was going to tee up his own shot, and instead he tried to play through to Berry.
Yeah, it was a really lovely ball with the outside of the pinky flick, and that's like a yard short of getting through. If that's through, Barry's got a great opportunity to score. Run comes across diagonal, the ball goes in behind the defense, but give credit to the central defender there. He was very alert to that pass and managed to clear it for a corner kick.
Felipe Hernandez will take this. He's been very accurate on his set-piece service throughout the season, so every free kick or corner kick is a legitimate goal-scoring chance for the Swope Park Rangers.
Yeah, you've got Diddage and Smith in there who are very dangerous in the air.
Towards the top of the box, but the defense cuts it out. Now the Rangers trying to keep it in, but it's back to the center circle. Back to Hernandez, but just over his head. So not your typical corner kick, kind of floating there right at the edge of the 6-yard box. That one was towards the edge of the penalty box, and it looked like it was set up for a long-range volley attempt, but at the end of the day, it was cut out by the OKC defense. Yeah,
those are one of those you practice on the training ground. You can't use them too often. They just used it now, and it just didn't come off, but if that does come off, it's a fantastic goal. Unfortunately, didn't get a clean contact on it. But it's good to vary up your kicks every time. You don't just want to be knocking it up for the head every time. And so you mix it up, you keep the opposition on your toes.
We mentioned both teams were very aggressive in the first 5 or 6 minutes, but I mean, the way it's playing out right now, Doug, it seems like Oklahoma City's content not to have, any of the ball at the moment.
Yeah, they're quite happy playing that way. Like I said, I think 6 out of the last 7 games, the possession arrow has gone to the opponents, and yet they've won 4 out of the last 7. So they're quite happy to sit back, soak it in, and then take advantage of, Berriel and Valesky, especially on the transitional breakaway. So, yeah, I bet you they're quite happy doing this.
Well, and I would think with this heat, I know there is a lot of effort also expended if you're defending, but if you're not constantly on the front foot, maybe you get taking a little bit of a breather as well. Good ball sent across, and Harris again cutting it out. But possession goes back to the home side. Shot from close range takes a deflection. That's going to be a corner kick for the Rangers as Rebellion again put a strike into it, but unfortunate not to get that on frame due to the defense by the Oklahoma City Energy FC.
Yeah, the clearance went straight back to him. Great opportunity, but blocked again by the defense. Did very well to get in front of that. Callum Ross, the midfielder there, who's normally distributing the ball, got in between the shot there to block it, so some good defending there.
Hernandez towards the back post. Cleared out by Oklahoma City, now trying to keep this ball in play, and they do. Maybe a chance for them to move quickly. They haven't had the ball much in this match. Swope Park Rangers, all sorts of pressure, trying to keep this down in the attacking third, and a goal kick here. Thanks so much for tuning in. Dave Borchard here alongside Doug McCloggin on ESPN+. Early going here at Children's Mercy Park. No score, Swope Park Rangers, Oklahoma City Energy FC. Hope you all are having a great Labor Day weekend, enjoying the long 3-day weekend. Definitely a hot day for soccer, but good match today between two teams surging in the standings and trying to get in the top 8 in the USL's Western Conference. Top 8 teams will make the postseason. Good ball behind the defense. Chance for Oklahoma City, just wide of goal. Oh, their second that's missed by mere inches. And somehow the Rangers defense was caught flat-footed. And that was a great chance. Now, granted, from a tight angle, and that's probably the reason that ball didn't find the back of the net. But what a great chance again by Valesky.
Yeah, but if I'm a betting man, I'm going my money on Christian Valesky scoring there. So I know he's going to be extremely disappointed that he missed that. He probably thought as soon as he got through there, this is a goal. It's a beautiful ball over the top, well taken down by him. Unfortunately, just pulled it a little bit far past the post, and that's what Swope Park Rangers have got to watch.
So he's had 2 chances. The curling shot at the edge of the box in the first or second minute, he missed by about a foot. And that shot he missed by probably less than a foot. That was very close. So he's, Oklahoma City hasn't had much of the ball, but Valesky already has had 2 chances that could have easily found the back of the net.
Oh, absolutely. They could be 2-0 up. Swope's had some chances too, but yeah, I'm just wondering if he's getting that many chances a game, or usually if he gets those chances, they're in the back of the net. So Swope Park Rangers may have dodged a couple of bullets there from him.
Nice ball to the middle by Ribeyu. Now Kuzain teeing up a long shot. Kuzain puts it on frame. It's punched out by the goalie. A little surprising there. It looked like one that Lorendi could have handled pretty easily, but there must have been some movement on that as he chose to punch it out instead of catch it.
Yeah, if you watch his free kick from the other day, I mean, he struck that real well, but he didn't strike this one as well, but you could see the ball dipping and moving in the air, and I think the goalkeeper thought the best option is just to get behind it and push it out, as opposed to trying to catch it and then you miss it and it's in the back of the net. So probably a good decision there by the keeper, because it did look like it was knuckling up and down.
Not a strong punch necessarily by Lorendi, but good enough to alleviate the pressure. And now another chance for the Rangers. Berry behind the defense, loses the ball, gets it back, it's an open net, but just wide. Man, we talk about great chances. That may be the best one of the match thus far, as the goalkeeper left the net wide open, but Brian Ribeyon unable to put it in the back of the net.
Fantastic one-touch penetrating pass. Barry caught back up with the ball and did everything right, and unfortunately that's got to be in the back of the net. He's got the wide open goal. Byron Rebellon's not going to be happy with himself then. What a fantastic first-time flick. As we talked before, there's a little creativity. The flick through for Barry. Great square ball by Barry, and Rebellon unfortunately couldn't put the ball in an open net there.
It looked like he didn't get much pace behind it. Did he almost hit it too soft? I mean, it almost looked like he was trying to tap it in, and he wasn't that close to the goal. If he just would have stepped up and hammered it, he almost certainly would have scored.
Yeah, I think it was one of those where he thought, I just got to get it on target. And it looked to me like he kind of hit across it and kind of missed power on, because it was just a tap. He's obviously going for it. Didn't get it.
Watch highlights from every game of the 2018 USL season and stay up to date with news from across the league at the official Facebook page of the USL. That is facebook.com/USL Soccer. It is one of those games where the stats don't necessarily play out on goal, and they've had 2 great goal-scoring chances already, both of them just missing wide. But this has been an end-to-end exciting game through the first 22 minutes, despite the 0-0 scoreline at the moment.
It really has been a very good game. I mean, the opportunities, yeah, there's no shots on goal for Oklahoma, but those are 2 golden opportunities that could quite easily have been in goal. And then obviously we've got chances galore going up this end for Swope Park.
Clever idea there on the back heel, but it's cleared out by Jidic. Pretty good idea there by the Oklahoma City forward. And now, again, the Rangers applying tons of pressure, trying to get possession back as quickly as they can, but Oklahoma City trying to just keep possession really for the first spell today and unable to do so. Now the Rangers trying to work quickly in the other direction. Here's Berry. Berry dribbling at the defense, 1v1 at the moment. Now secondary help coming in. Switching the point of attack. It's Colton Storm. Storm now slowing down, playing it backwards to Hernandez. Now all the way back to midfield. It's Graham Smith, the rookie. Oklahoma City now trying to apply a little pressure of their own at the moment, forcing the home side to work all the way back to their goalkeeper.
And that's the patience I talked about earlier. You know, you want to go forward, obviously, but if the pressure comes from Oklahoma and it forces you back, nothing wrong with going back, playing safe, keeping possession, and attacking from another side. And that's what they've done 2 or 3 times here on this attack. Unfortunately, there's a bad ball out of bounds. But yeah, they've got to be patient. They've obviously penetrated the back 4 of Oklahoma 2 or 3 times here, so they're getting into situations where they're creating opportunities. but the patience of keeping the ball and finding the right opportunities is very important for them today.
There's Burrell, the playmaker for Oklahoma City, now playing it back to the back line here, but he had it briefly, and those bright orange cleats, he stands out on the field, and he's a guy to watch anytime he gets the ball tonight. As Doug mentioned in the pregame, 7 assists in his last 3 games. It's a stat that almost sounds unbelievable to have that much success, and he leads them on the season with 9 assists so far.
Yeah, it's kind of funny because that means he's only got 2 in the 24 games before that. But yeah, I mean, to get that many assists in 3 games is like I said earlier, it's remarkable.
It's like video game soccer, right? You might get 7 assists in 3 games if you're playing FIFA.
Of course, it helps when they're scoring 3+ goals a game. No question about that.
Talked about the possession. Look at that. 74-26 here early on, and it actually doesn't seem that close. Long range shot by Hernandez into the wall. Referee letting him play. No whistles thus far other than the foul on Gidic a moment ago. But 74-26, is that about how you saw this game? Is that about how you saw this game playing out, Doug, or do you think it might be a little more even? We'll get back to that in a second. Berry into the box from a tight angle, finds the back of the net. Hadji Berry scores in his 4th straight game, and the Swope Park Rangers take a 1-0 lead.
Fantastic finish, and we talked about this a couple weeks ago. When he goes on the outside, so on this time to the left, he beats defenders so easily, and it seems like he has way more success when he goes on the outside fullback. And here, he takes on Ibergay and goes out to his left, gets in behind, and he can't stay with him. And that is a great finish to tuck it in the far post. What a fantastic goal, and the boy is still on fire.
Didn't have much of an angle to work with there. I mean, he was coming in with the defender on one shoulder, the goalie on the other shoulder, and he just tucked it in that back corner. That wasn't the easiest shot to finish, but he did it.
No, it was about the only spot he could put it, and he did. That's a fantastic finish. But again, when he uses that athletic ability that he has to get on the outside of fullbacks, there's not a lot of players in the league I can see that can stay up with this guy. He's been tremendous on the outside.
Right before the goal, we saw the stat that possession was about 75-25. You think Oklahoma City, with this goal, is that going to make them come out of their shell a little bit and try to possess the ball more? Do you think we'll see the Rangers continuing to hold on to possession?
I think it's probably going to stay roughly the way it is right now. And you know what, if you're getting 24% of possession and yet you've had 2 golden opportunities, speaks quite highly of your offense when you want to go. So I think they'll stay in it and keep with the same approach, at least for the first half. And if they have to open up later in the second, they can do so. They've got the players to do so.
At what point does the coach make that decision? Is it, 60th minute, we're going to come out of our shell if we're still losing, or what's the time frame?
Well, it just depends on each game. If he feels like they're still in it, is an opportunity.
Yep. Storm able to head it out. The offside flag was up.
Yeah, if he feels like they're still in it, he could end up doing that in the last 20 minutes. Because if you stay with that defense and you do create an opportunity like Valesky's had already, and you score one of those, then you haven't changed anything, then you're back in the game. So I think you'll find a bit of patience here with Steve Cook today, and he's not going to throw caution to the wind right now. Long part of this game to go.
Diaz needs to be careful, and what a nice pass there with pressure around him. Oh, but the ball gets away. Diaz quickly off his line. That was played back to him, though, I believe. Referee's asking his 4th official on the sideline. I think they thought that should have been a penalty kick. What did you see on that one, Doug?
Mr. Referee, that is a back pass. There is no question about that. It's not a penalty kick. It's an indirect free kick in the box. But I cannot believe, and Oklahoma is going crazy, and I don't blame them. I do not blame him. That is definitely a back pass.
Take a look. That's what I saw in real time. And yeah, played it back. I think he thought Kuzain was going to be there to intercept the pass. Instead, Zendejas comes out. And there could be an issue here with dissent. And who can blame the Oklahoma City players, to be honest, at this point? Clearly passed back, clearly handled by the goalkeeper. The hands go up right away. You can see there by the Oklahoma City players saying, where's the whistle?
Yeah.
And to be fair, referees are human. They're going to make mistakes, but that's a tough one to miss.
Yeah, the only thing I think you could say, Didic's pass, I think, was for Kuzain, but right. Kuzain had taken off and left it, but it's an intentional pass back towards the keeper. Keeper picks it up. That's an indirect free kick for me, and I think he's missed one big time. Steve Cook is not happy with him at all. And quite frankly, like I said, I don't blame him. Don't blame him at all.
Conversations on the sideline are always interesting, and I'm watching this one right now with Steve Cook. And I feel bad for the midfield official right now, because it's hard to argue that. And the fact that it got missed by apparently multiple referees is surprising.
Yeah, he's probably standing there going, well, how am I going to get out of this one? Because, yep, that's a pass back, but I'm not going to, you know, tell him that my referee's wrong.
Ladies and gentlemen, your attention,
Here's
please.
water break, I believe.
Yep, so water break comes about the 30-minute mark, and not a surprise here with the heat index right around 95 degrees. And congratulations, by the way, to the USL. They surpassed 2 million in total attendance last week, maintaining a record pace in the stands for the league's modern era. 2 million fans, that's unbelievable. The league and its teams would like to thank you, the fans, for the rising support you have provided over the course of this season as we head towards the 2018 USL Cup playoffs. 2 million, that's quite a season right there. This water break is probably at a pretty good time for Oklahoma City with that emotional outburst we just saw a minute ago. Maybe now this is a chance for them to get their emotions back under control. And what do you say if you're the coach, Steve Cook? I guess you just have to tell him to forget about it, right?
Well, I think he's telling them, calm down, relax. Like I said, it's a long game. We're only 30 minutes in. They're down by 1 goal. They've created 2 very good opportunities. Keep playing the way you play. Be patient. Defend well. We'll create more opportunities, and hopefully we'll put them in the back of the net, and we'll get back into this game. But yeah, he just needs to calm down after that little controversy there from the referee. But overall, it's been a very entertaining game to start off with. It started off with a bang, opportunities left, right, and center at both ends. And then since then, Oklahoma's sat back into the defense that I kind of expected, with low possession numbers. And they're quite happy being patient, soaking in Swope Park Rangers and catching them on the counter-attack. Unfortunately, weren't planning on a Hadji Berry goal.
It is 1-0 here at the 32-minute mark. Let's take a look at some other scores from around the league as we have a break. We have Penn up 3-1 over Bethlehem in full time, and halftime up in Orange County, or I should say in Seattle. It's 1-0. Seattle beating Orange County at the half. Sporting KC lost to Seattle Sounders 1 yesterday, 3-1 for Seattle to extend that all-time MLS record to 8 straight wins, a new record. Right here at Children's Mercy Park, it's 1-0, and it's funny, we talked about this being forgotten and the coach telling the team to move on. Doug, I'm looking right now, and the players are still talking to the referee on the field, Sergei Damanchuk. They have not let this go. Whereas the players headed to their bench for water, the referees were also gathering for water and talking amongst themselves, but you could tell this is still an issue for Oklahoma City Energy. I've seen it. It's one of those that would be hard to forget. I mean, that's a pretty big one. Yeah,
I'm sure all the teams met and talked. Well, I'm sure Swope didn't talk about it, but I'm sure the referees met, and head guy probably said, hey, did I miss one there? And they're probably saying, well, yeah, you might have done, but get on with the game. There's nothing you can do about it now. And that's the same thing that what Oklahoma has to do is get over it, move on. But if they complain a little bit, maybe they might get the next call go their way, just like that there.
Well, and that's something I was going to ask you as well, because, in sports, I think the fans talk a lot about a makeup call. And, in what we just saw was a foul probably, but, a makeup call is a lot of time, if there's a big play that goes against you, then maybe a big play will go in your favor later. And this one, that looks like a foul. That's a legit call, but you wonder if there's a close call later in an important spot on the field, like in the penalty box. Does the referee have that in the back of his mind? He is human, and I'm sure he's probably thinking at this point, wow, we made a pretty big mistake there. And it'll be interesting to watch in the match if we see a significant makeup call.
Yeah, usually it's, I don't think that will happen later on, but right there, now it's fresh in everybody's mind. That was a foul, there's no question about it, but if it was close and it maybe not, and he wasn't sure, then he probably would have given it. And that might be the makeup time, but I don't think he's going to make up anything later on, because, down the road, that call, hopefully everybody's forgotten about it by then.
Pretty physical so far, but you see the fouls there, 3-1. Swope Park Rangers tripling up the visitors thus far, but pretty clean game.
Yeah, it's been a good game of soccer, and there's been really very little fouls, 3-on-1, and some of them have been little nudges in the back, so yeah, it's been a good, clean, exciting, well-played game so far.
Ball on the edge of the box as the visitors searching for the equalizer, but no one there on the receiving end. You know, I don't want to berate the point, but it's just such an unusual play that you don't see very often at this level. I've seen a lot of professional games, you know, either EPL, MLS, USL, whatever league you want to look at. I can't remember the last time I saw a back pass like that where the goalie just ran up and handled it kind of nonchalantly. It's just, you don't see that very often.
Yeah, it's been a while. Here's an opportunity for Blackwood.
Blackwood into the edge of the box, trying to set up his right foot, but unable to get a shot. But now Berry trying to chip the keeper. His shot sails way wide of goal. Didn't strike that well at all, and it looked like Blackwood was just really wanting to get that on his right foot. He probably could have gotten off a clean shot with his left, but tried to get it back to his right, and his shot was blocked.
Yeah, it looked like to me he was a little hesitant. He wasn't sure exactly what he wanted to do. I mean, yeah, he probably wanted to get on his right, but you know, he could have gone left, he could have gone right. He didn't make a decision. He didn't go either way, and in the end, he didn't create anything at all. Barry's shot was obviously wide and high, off target, but I think Blackwood's just going to decide what he wants to do there. Cut it left and hit the thing, and those are times that sometimes when you just do that, they end up in the back of the net. But you've got to be aggressive and decide what you want to do, and it just looked like he was hesitating. Shall I go here? Shall I go there? And in the end, it didn't work out.
Being knocked around the center of the park here, and now looks like that should be a foul, and the foul is given. Much to the dismay of Oklahoma City, they're still not in a very good state of mind as the ball's just thrown back aggressively towards the ref. Fans, you can get an inside look at life on and off the field from a player's perspective every Wednesday evening in the latest edition of From the Pitch. Check it out on uslsoccer.com Wednesday evenings. Storm with it here on the near sideline for the Rangers. Now back to Smith. Oklahoma City sort of token pressure here, not really putting a lot into it, but trying to make the Rangers matriculate the ball up the field. Nice ball by Smith over the defense to Storm, off his chest. It'll stay with the home side. Storm now with the throw in. Ball to Berry behind in the middle of the field. Now back to the middle to Rebeu. Hernandez trying to switch the point of attack. Bilyeu with it. Now back to Kuzain. Quick pass in there. Good stuff from the Rangers. Berry able to keep possession with the defender all over him. Hernandez. Playmaker for this team. Nobody there, though, on the receiving end. It looked like him and Rebeu just not on the same page. And Rebeu unable to keep possession with the home side. It goes back to Oklahoma City. Getting close to halftime, and of course we will have some additional stoppage time due to the water break, as well as the goal celebration we saw. So still probably 10, 12 minutes left here in this first half.
I think Oklahoma, if they come into the half one down, I think Steve Cook will be okay, and you know, obviously would like to be 0-0, but 0-1 down coming into the half, I think he'll have some things up his sleeve for the second half if he needs them, and so he won't be too upset.
And Oklahoma City is one of those teams that's certainly brimming with confidence offensively. They've scored 3 goals or more their last 4 games. They easily could have had 1 or 2 thus far today. Look at this passing stat, Doug. 248 to 99 passes thus far in favor of the home side. But here's a chance for the visitors. Shot from a tight angle off the back of Bilyeu in the right position defensively. But we look at possession, we look at passes, we look at shots on goal. Everything in big-time favor for the home side thus far. And let's take another look at this goal-scoring opportunity, or at least a near chance here, as Oklahoma City got the ball into a pretty dangerous spot. Maybe the cross would have been the better play there, as the shot didn't have much to work with. Now maybe another chance for the Rangers, but the offside flag goes up.
Yeah, and that last opportunity was again set up for by Berry, and we've not really, to be quite honest, seen a lot from Berry. Now, it's probably because they've only made 99 passes, but when he gets on the ball, they are an absolutely different team. And so I'm assuming one of the talks they'll have at halftime is let's get Jose Berry on the ball to create opportunities, because he's very dangerous.
Fell from behind. Yeah, that could have been a yellow card. As Cousin was just chopped down by Berry, who you were just talking about. Not a ton of contact, but looked like a little bit of a dirty play there. Surprised it wasn't a card, and now he's getting talking to by the referee saying no more. That's it.
Yeah, that would have been an easy yellow, because Hernandez is going, or I think it's Cousin, is going towards the goal too, attacking their back four, and kind of like a cynical trip there. So he's kind of lucky to get away with that one. Kind of like Swope was lucky to get away with the back pass.
They were very lucky to get away from that. I'm sure that'll come up in the calls this week between Oklahoma City and the league offices, but nonetheless, the game moves on, and still a lot of good soccer to go, because we're just 40 minutes in and what's been a very exciting match thus far. A little bit of a lazy pass back there, nearly came back to bite the Rangers. I think that's off of the defense of Oklahoma City, and it is. Yeah, and there's something I talked about earlier, just a casual pass there, but if that turns over on the halfway line, I can guarantee you Berry and Valesky are ready to take off. And there's no choice. They've just got to be careful with the ball in that middle area. If they're not sure, take the easy pass, keep possession. We talked about the visitors and what their coach Steve Cook may be saying at the half. Paulo Nagamura, if this score holds, will certainly be happy going to the intermission. I'd love to get your take, Doug, on what do you think Coach Nagamura and his staff, what their message will be to the team at halftime. Is just keep this up, more of the same, and no real adjustments to the game plan?
Probably more of the same, but just a couple things. The thing I just mentioned, be careful with the ball in possession, watch your turnovers, and then obviously just a little bit more movement up top off the ball, because they're very patient sitting in the block defense. So a little bit of movement, vertical movement, horizontal movement by the forwards, just to create opportunities. And then the last thing is they have created opportunities. They've got to bury them.
Hernandez goes down. Rangers decide to take the free kick quickly. Here's Rebellion putting it into the box in a good spot, but unable to get a shot. Out of that one is Blackwood.
That was a very good ball by Rebellion. You could see where he wanted to go for a few seconds, but so did Harris, I think, because Harris defended Blackwood very, very well.
That was a tough pass to handle, too. Kind of line drive right at the midsection.
Yeah, not easy at all. He would have to bring that down, and that would be a beautiful touch to do so, and especially with Harris right on his backside, too.
Social media around the USL by watching Off the Post. Kelsey Steele every Friday evening on the various USL social media channels. Zendejas playing a long ball forward here. Bayon flicks it forward, but nothing going to come of this. Good touch there to the center of the park, and now Oklahoma City able to get a spell of possession. They haven't had a lot today. Long ball behind the defense, but Zendejas is right there. Wasting a little bit of time as he collects it. There we go. Now playing it to Cousin. Tons of space in front of Cousin, but he's taking his time, dribbling into it. Now he goes a little bit quicker. Surveying his options. Pretty nice combo in the midfield there. Hernandez and Cousin, a couple playmakers, and with Berry up top and Carlton Belmar usually here, you like the Rangers' potential to go out and score a goal or two in most of their games.
Oh, absolutely, yes. Especially with the, we talked about before, the killer bees. If all three of them are playing, then that's a handful for any opposition. And if you've got Cousin and Hernandez feeding, then it's very dangerous.
Bilyeu getting up from his left back spot, puts the ball across, couple runners there, but cleared out just at the last minute. Better cross maybe would have been a tap in, but give Bilyeu credit. He put the ball into a dangerous spot, but no one on the receiving end for the Rangers.
Yeah, you say better cross. I mean, I guess the perfect cross, because that's a beautiful cross. That is not far off Blackwood's head. and give an inch or two that's fallen straight at the feet of Rebellion too. So that's a very, very good ball in, maybe off by half an inch or two, but beautiful ball in by Billu there with the left foot.
Hernandez now with the corner kick, his third of the first half. Expect this to be a right-footed outswinger. Good ball right in front of the center of the goal. The header goes high, though. Hernandez, we mentioned, every time he gets a set piece, it's a goal-scoring opportunity, and the Rangers nearly had their second there. The captain, Amir Djidic, unable to put his header on frame.
Yeah, I mean, Djidic got up, and that's one I would, well, he's a little bit off balance, and good job by the defender, because I think the defender got a body on him and kind of turned him a little bit. He got twisted, so it was not an easy header. It almost felt like he was going backwards to head it. So not an easy one. At first, it looked like probably one he should have hit in target but good attempt by Djidic.
Oh, now Djidic with a bad clearance. This could be a chance for the visitors. See how quickly they can move. That pass backwards not going to help. And now things have totally stalled as it looked like it could be a chance for Oklahoma City.
The fourth official on the sideline has indicated there will be a minimum of
2 minutes of stoppage time here at the end of the first half. 2 minutes just underway. Can we see a goal-scoring opportunity from one of these teams here in the first half stoppage time? If so, I think it would be likely to be Swope Park, as they've had the ball pretty much the entire first half and possess it right now. Yeah, about 90 seconds or so to go in the half.
Yeah, they did have an opportunity to actually go there on a breakaway, but they decided to put the foot on it, slow it down, bring it back, and keep possession. Not a bad decision with, what, a minute or so left of the half. But there could have been an opportunity there for maybe a 4-on-4 or maybe a 3-on-4 opportunity to go and try and get in that second goal. But maybe they made the right decision by turning back and just keep possession and getting to the half.
Oklahoma City certainly seems content just letting this first half wind down. We'll see if the home side wants to make any aggressive pushes up the field. Right now, just kind of side-to-side passing along the back line. Now back to the goalkeepers in Dejas.
Yeah, I think they've both decided 1-0 at half will be the score, unless something occurs here.
Berry trying to tee up a shot, but it's 1 versus 5. Now back to Storm. Storm with the long-range shot. It's blocked. Possession goes back to Oklahoma City, and kind of an acrobatic block there by the defender. He went airborne like Karate Kid style to make the block on that shot. Let's take another look.
A heck of a block.
Sacrificing the body. Djidic tries to stop it, unable to do so, but does good enough to throw off the timing for the Oklahoma City attacker, and that'll take us to the half. Another golden chance for the visitors right before the halftime whistle. And again, their shot goes wide. Been an exciting first half. Both teams plenty of chances.
It's been a great first half, absolutely. Looking forward to the second half.
1-0 at the half. We have Hadji Berry with the goal. Controversial no call on a back pass, and it's 1-0 Swope Park Rangers at halftime. We'll take a break. Halftime show is coming up next. Halftime here at Children's Mercy Park. The home fans are happy. It's 1-0 at the break. Swope Park Rangers over Oklahoma City FC. Recently, Sporting KC in this same venue had their salute to the military night and also did a cool thing for some pilots recently at their training facility. Right now, let's check out Sporting salutes the pilots at their Pinnacle Training Center.
Nice to see you again. Thank you as well. Really good. Welcome, guys. How you doing? I'm Matt. How you doing? Good to see you. Hey. How you doing?
Real quick, just wanted to welcome the crew here. They're coming today. They're gonna get a tour of our facility. They're gonna spend a day kind of in the life of a soccer player and what we go through. Peter's gonna take them through a meeting. Chef's gonna take them through the recovery room. Name a draw. Hey, how are you?
Let me tell you a little bit about the lab.
It's cold. It's cold.
Wow. This is unbelievable.
Don't miss out on this unique opportunity.
Great stuff there with Sporting KC honoring the local military members. And you can see we have some Oklahoma City fans in attendance today as well. They've made the trip up I-35. And a good crowd here on Labor Day weekend. No issues between the fans, which is always a good thing in this budding rivalry. We'll take a timeout. The halftime show will continue next. We'll take a look at the highlights and the keys to the second half, the first half stats, and the standings from around the USL. We'll take a timeout. You're watching USL Soccer here on ESPN+.
Outer will send the cross in, and what a goal by USL's leading goal scorer, Thomas Evelson.
Lancaster, and it's 1-0 to Louisville City.
Rio. Have not drawn a match as Langsdorff has found the back of the net and leveled the tally in the 79th minute, his 14th goal of the season.
Vega! Tevin Vega! Shooting. Goal! Mendiola!
Big launch with the right.
Oh, Steinberger, second opportunity. Welcome to North Carolina FC. Zach Steinberger has tied it at 1. He has Dabo. Big try. Bingo. Mohamed Dabo.
Cross goal! And the goal by Bustamante. And Fresno may indeed sneak out of here with a point.
Hoffman outside the 18, shot, goal, goal, goal! Looking forward to Hoffman, goal! The brace!
Justin Davis. That's a great goal.
King steps up, straight to the turnover, with the finish.
Nanko, save made by Pickens, follow save, and a devastating goal by the Bethlehem Steel.
It's in. New York have tied it up. It's 4-4.
Oh, Reedy saves it!
An impressive save.
Saved off the line, Lubin!
But it's swatted away by Cohen.
Derek producing a fantastic diving save, and it's Tyler Derrick again, who's had an incredible performance.
Saved by Restrepo! Not once, but twice!
Shot pushed away by Lopez.
Oh, and what a save by Marcin Kowski.
He gives it a strike off Cardoni.
Arduro with the big shot and a great save by Newton.
And a save by Matt Pickens.
Great save as Eric Dick got a hand on it.
Fantastic save there from Laurel.
Welcome back, live inside Children's Mercy Park and taking a look at the Western Conference standings. Again, the top 8 teams make the playoffs. Swope Park Rangers currently in 7th, but they're in line to get 3 points if today's scoreline holds. The opponent today, Oklahoma City Energy FC, is in 10th place right now with 35 points. And Doug, is Swope Park Rangers with 5 of the last 6 after today at home. You have to like their positioning here as they're already in the playoffs with a chance to get some more points here at home down the home stretch.
Yeah, you would definitely fancy their chances. 5 at home and only 2 on the road. But you never know. It's just so competitive, this league, and especially this Western Conference, that you've just got to get points whether it's home or away, and it's going to be a scrap right to the end.
Tougher for Oklahoma City as they have 5 of their last 6 on the road after today. They really need points if they're going to get back into that top 8. Let's take a look at some scores from around the USL. Yesterday, full time in Indy and Richmond with a 1-1 draw. We had Tampa Bay winning 3-0 against North Carolina. Charlotte won Nashville 0. And Cincinnati, a big success story here in the Heartland. They win 2-1 over Pittsburgh. Fresno won, Reno won. Portland won St. Louis 0. No love lost there between Swope Park Rangers and St. Louis fans, so I'm sure they like to see the cross-state rivals losing. And Los Angeles 3, Colorado Springs 1. That's your update of scores from around the USL. And again, it's 1-0 here at halftime. Swope Park Rangers leading the visitors from Oklahoma City Energy FC. And today we have Penn defeating Bethlehem 3-1. And late in the game, pretty good game with Seattle Sounders 2-1 and Orange County 1 with about 20 minutes left in that one. Take a look at the upcoming schedule for the Rangers, and as we mentioned, lots of home games, which is great for them. The next game, Fresno FC, coming up next Sunday, week from today at 4 o'clock. And Doug, do you look at it as simple as you expect the Rangers to go out and get 3 points pretty much every time they're at home down the stretch, or what do you think about that Fresno game?
Well, it'd be nice to say that, but if you look at all those 3 games, none of those are easy games. St. Louis is a very, very good team. We saw that when they were up here last time. San Antonio we know about, fresh. So, you know, I mean, yeah, it'd be nice to say they should get 9 points, but those are 3 very, very tough games, home or away.
All right, we'll take a timeout. It is birthday day for Hat Trick Harry, giving away his bobblehead. Happy birthday, Harry. We'll take a timeout. Halftime show continues next. You're watching ESPN+. Welcome back. Halftime here at Children's Mercy Park. The home side, Swope Park Rangers leading Oklahoma City Energy FC 1-0. Thanks so much for tuning in. I'm Dave Borchard alongside Doug McCloggin. Let's take a look at our first half highlights. And even though only 1 goal was scored, no shortage of offense here in the first half. And it started off with Christian Valesky early.
Yeah, this was in the first minute. Bent it to the far post, just missed.
Chance for the Rangers early as well. Amir Djidic, the captain from long range. Don't see a lot of goals from there, but he beat the keeper and just nicked it off the top of the post.
Yeah, fantastic effort. Would have been one of the goals of the season, I think. And then another great shot by Rebellon, and a very good save by the goalkeeper there.
Another chance here for Oklahoma City. And again, it was Valesky, and again, just wide. You can see he missed that just by inches. Big play in the half here. Hadji Berry plays it back in open net, but Rebellon unable to find the back of the net. Tough break there for Swope Park Rangers, and here's the play that changed things. Berry gets behind the defender, and look at this shot from a tight angle.
Yeah, his athletic ability is amazing, and his finish is fantastic there.
That's the difference, 1-0 at halftime, but more scoring chances as well. Look at this, Kuzain plays it out. Looks like it's going to be a pass back to Kuzain. He keeps moving. The goalkeeper comes up and fields it, screams for a back pass. Oklahoma City Energy cannot believe it, and the call is not given, and that was a theme down the last 10 or 15 minutes of the first half. Let's take a look at the halftime stats, Doug, and this would indicate that it was a pretty dominant performance by the home side, but Oklahoma City certainly had a couple great chances as well. What do you think of the stats?
Yeah, they've obviously dominated possession, but like you just said, I mean, they dominated, and yet Oklahoma has had, I want to say, at least 2, if not more, clear-cut chances, and my money would have gone on Valesky finishing them. So they've just got to be careful, because if that second half, I don't know if he's going to miss more chances.
This is one of those games that's definitely a little too close for comfort. If you're the Rangers, you're dying to get that second goal because, like you said, Oklahoma City, even though they're looking at 0 shots on goal, they're looking at less than 40% possession. They're dangerous enough that if they get 1 or 2 chances this half, and if it's Valesky getting those chances, they're probably going to put one in the back of the net. So I would think Coach Paulo Nagamura is certainly going to keep pushing, trying to get that second goal and a little bit more breathing room.
Yeah, continue the way they're playing right now. Only the big thing is finish your chances that you create, and they've created some chances. They've just not finished them.
Second half about to get underway in about a minute or so as Swope Park Rangers and Oklahoma City FC just gathering right now. Kind of some final thoughts as the teams huddle up before the second half gets underway. What do you think will be the keys here, Doug, as we get into the second half in terms of how this game plays out?
I honestly think you're going to see more of the same. I think Oklahoma's going to be patient. They're going to sit back and work on that counter-attack. If they need to change it, they can change it in the last 15, 20 minutes. With Swope, they're going to have to keep the ball moving, keep busy up front, create opportunities, and get that second goal just for a little bit of breathing space. But I expect more of the same.
Sendejas going back towards his goal. There's the goal scorer, Hadji Berry. Difference in this match, his goal in the 26th minute, but like you saw in the highlights, both teams, each with 3 or 4 really good goal-scoring chances. Only one found the back of the net in the first 45. 2 hot teams facing off. As we mentioned, Oklahoma City has won 4 straight games. All of those wins, they've scored 3 goals or more. Swope Park Rangers have won 2 straight, in a position right now to win their 3rd straight if the scoreline holds up. Playoff positioning also a big storyline today as the top 8 teams in the conference make the playoffs. Going into today's match, Swope Park Rangers in 7th place, and they have 5 of their last 6 games at home, so they're feeling pretty good right now, especially if today's result holds. On the other side, Oklahoma City outside the playoff picture, currently in 10th place, with 5 of their last 6 coming up on the road after today. So they really need a result today here in Kansas City, Kansas. Back underway here in the second half. Again, it's a warm day if you're just tuning in. Temperature in the upper 80s, heat index around 95 degrees. Was a water break in the first half. I'd expect to see another one here in the second half. Nice chances for the coaching staff to reset, talk to their teams, in addition to, of course, the much-needed hydration break for the players. Bilyeu able to keep his footing and keep possession, now playing it back. Again, this half starting off much like the first half ended. The Rangers with the possession, being patient, trying to figure out a way to break down this Oklahoma City defense, but pretty happy just keeping the ball for now. Again, all the way back to the center of the park.
Yeah, I'm not seeing any drastic changes in formation or anything as of right now. Like you said, it's pretty much where the game left the first half. The Swope Park Rangers knocking the ball around and Oklahoma quite happy sitting back there, waiting for their opportunity to spring.
So, Doug, your feeling is if this scoreline holds, it may take until the 60th or 70th minute before Oklahoma City really comes out of their shell and changes the way they're playing?
Yeah, I don't think there's a major rush with the strength that they have scoring goals. I think, 15, 20 minutes could be enough for them to get that 1 point at least.
Ball headed a couple times in the box now. Still in a dangerous spot. I thought that was going to be cleared up the field by the Oklahoma City defense, but the ball's still in a dangerous spot, and now all the way up to Gidich in the center of the park. Needs to be careful here, and smartly plays it back to his goalkeeper, Zendejas. And again, no pressure at all as Gidich here with tons of space as he'll slowly work in, survey his options. Akhmatov, long ball forward. The flag stays down, at least at the moment. There it goes up. As it looked like a wide open opportunity there for Rebellion, but it was too good to be true.
Yeah, he was maybe a yard off, so his timing was just a little bit off there, but not far off, not by much, I can tell you that. He gets that timing right, and he's all the way through, and maybe that's the difference in the game. If they go 2 up, then maybe Oklahoma does have to change.
It was a good idea there by Akhmatov. He's had kind of a quiet match thus far, but a good idea and put a really nice pass through. Unfortunately, his teammate was just barely in an offside position.
Yeah, I've been watching him a little bit. He's quiet, but he does all the dirty, hard work and has done a very good job today, but he's not done anything flashy. That probably was the most flashiest thing he did, just switching the ball there.
Chance here for the visitors is pushed just wide. They're looking for a penalty call. That is not given. The referee was right there looking, and his teammates cannot believe it, saying he had his legs swept out. Let's take a look.
Yeah, but he got the shot off. He got the shot off. I mean, he might have caught him actually, but he got the clear opportunity. He should put it in the back of the net. So me as a referee, I would say no.
I was going to say it looked like there may have been a little contact on the follow through, but it didn't look like it affected his shot at all. So yeah, I agree with the no call.
I don't think he would have complained if it went in the back of the net. So because he missed, I think he was yeah. See if I can get a penalty here, but. Another good, clear opportunity that they've missed. That's a little bit of a wake-up call there for Swope.
That was Adam John who pushed that shot wide for Oklahoma City. Maybe giving them a little confidence as they try to claw back into this match.
Well, you say they've scored, what, 3 goals in the last 4 games. They could have scored 3 goals here today quite easily. Today, they've not put them between the posts.
Here's the playmaker, Burrell, for Oklahoma City. Plays a safe pass, though, to the near sideline. We'll see if he can make some magic happen here. Nice job shaking off the defender. Now gets it back. Good pestering defense there by Hernandez on the playmaker. Nice job there, keeping the ball in play. Again, though, not a lot of white jerseys here in the attacking third. Lots of blue jerseys defending for the home side. Ball sent across, easily headed out by Gidich. Now Oklahoma City forced to return back to midfield.
This might be the longest time we've seen them with the ball at their feet.
I think it's definitely, yeah, they haven't had possession hardly at all. Definitely not for a minute or two like we've seen here in the last stretch. And the Rangers contend as well, a kind of a switch in philosophy. It looks like they're content, at least at the moment, to let Oklahoma City have a little bit of the ball. Not just sprinting at the ball every time it gets near them, which we've seen most of the game. Now a chance for the visitors into the box. Ball sent across, shot teed up and pushed wide. Looked like Zendejas had that corner of the net covered, but another good look for the visitors from Oklahoma City. Take another look, but again, it looked like Zendejas had that post covered if that shot would have been on frame. Nice idea sending it across, a quick shot. Yeah, you see Zendejas right there. I don't think he would have been beaten from that angle.
Yeah, and then he didn't get his shoulders around the ball enough to get it even close to on target. But a couple of scary moments there for Swope Park Rangers. A lot of space coming down the right-hand side here. So I don't know if Oklahoma might have changed a few things up, decided to come out a little bit offensively minded.
Well, like I said, it almost looked like the Rangers had backed off a little bit defensively too, so we'll see if that continues. For that last stretch, they were content to allow Oklahoma City to have possession, and that hasn't been the case at all this game. Pretty much every time the visitors have got the ball, the Rangers have been in their face trying to win back possession, but a minute ago that was certainly not the case. We'll see how it plays out. Here's Hernandez moving forward quickly. Nice sliding tackle defensively. Could be a chance here for Oklahoma City if they move quickly, a 3-on-4. Lots of blue bodies streaking back, but here's a chance for the visitors. On the edge of the box. Good job by Bilyeu taking away that right foot. Chip over Zendejas, now back to the middle, and it's headed in, but the offside flag is up.
It's actually a goal kick. I think the ball went out of bounds before John actually crossed it back across the face of the goal. It's a beautiful little chip by Dixon, but I believe it just went out of bounds before Johns could get to it.
So no goal. I saw the referee assistant with the flag up. That makes sense what you were saying.
Yeah, good.
It was either offside or it was over the end line. Yeah, what a nice chip there. Let's take a look. Hard to tell from that angle if it did go fully across. Not a lot of argument, though, by the Oklahoma City forwards.
Now, the question is, was he chipping it for goal or was he chipping it into the far post for John to head the ball? But if it stays in bound, that's a beautiful ball, and the ball headed across the face for Valesky to finish. Fortunately for Swope Park Rangers, that went out of bounds. And I'm not sure if this is a team that Swope wants to allow have the ball that much, because I see if they're going to get the ball at the feet, they're going to create opportunities. And I think it's only a matter of time that Valesky puts one away.
Well, and if you're going to give, to your point, if you're going to give a good offensive team 4 or 5 good scoring chances, I think Swope Park Rangers are a little bit lucky that they have not conceded one thus far, and they're going to need to button that up if they hope to close down this match.
I 100% agree there. I doubt if this has happened in previous games, because they've had opportunities, and I bet you in those games, the last 4, they've scored those opportunities. They've not done it tonight. So yeah, Swope might be a little lucky here to be 1 up right now.
Select is the official ball of the USL. For the latest Select products and special offers, please visit selectsportamerica.com and also receive free shipping on orders over $50. Hernandez with a shot, deflects off the defense. Now, at the same token, we can say Swope Park Rangers a little bit lucky they haven't conceded yet. I think on the other side, Oklahoma City probably a little lucky they've only conceded once. You know, both these teams have had some good chances.
Absolutely, and that only makes for a good game, doesn't it? I mean, this could be like a 3-2 game right now, or a 3-3. So entertaining game to watch, chances being created and not necessarily being finished.
Yeah, right. The scoreline would indicate this has been an ugly, hard-nosed defensive battle, and that's far from the case. This has been a pretty open, entertaining game despite only 1 goal thus far. Zendejas taking a touch, needs to be careful here, playing it back to the captain. Or I should say Graham Smith, actually. First-year player. Zendejas just alleviating the pressure. Pushing and shoving there. The foul goes against Oklahoma City, and a fortunate call for the home side, because that would have been a breakaway opportunity, perhaps. We now have our first substitution of the match. Justin Bilyeu checks out at left back.
He's replaced by number 44, Parker Marr.
Parker Marr checking in. Actually thought we might see him in the starting lineup tonight. He's a guy that frequently starts at left back for the Rangers, but instead he comes on here in the 56th minute.
That's kind of early change. I'm wondering if that might be an injury or is it a tactical move? It's kind of an early sub to change your left back, so I'm just wondering if Bilyeu might be hampered with a slight injury there.
And we saw a couple moments here early in the first half of the danger coming from Oklahoma City on this near sideline, so maybe that's a strategic move by Coach Paulo Nagamura and his staff. Parker Marr is certainly a guy that starts most of the game, so you're putting in a solid defender there.
And to your point there, it might be the fact that, you know, Bilyeu does like to get forward, which is great as a fullback. Maybe he wants Marr in, who's maybe more defensively minded and doesn't get as forward as much. So yeah, that might be the tactical decision to strengthen up that left back position, because like you said, there's been a lot of attacking down the right side this second half so far.
Gidich back to the keeper. Rangers content just to play it here along the back line, back and forth from the keeper to the midfield. It's always a little scary when you're a fan and you see the ball staying there in the goal box area, but it seems like no problems, and Deas certainly has confidence with the ball at his feet. Now turned over. This could be a chance for the home side. Berry streaking quickly up the near sideline, surveying his options. Not much there, and may take it himself. Berry in the box, playing it across to Hernandez, a bit out of his reach. That'll slow down the attack for the Swope Park Rangers here.
And all started by very, very good defending by Parker Marr. Stepped in, got the interception, put it to Berry. I thought Berry might have been able to actually, when he cut inside, is to hit one. But he decided not, and he played the ball square to keep possession, which unfortunately didn't quite make contact with the pass, but still have the ball. But I thought it was an opportunity for him to maybe have a shot on goal there.
Berry again with some space, but again, he's going side to side, not towards the goal, at least at the moment. He is the danger man for Sporting KC, or for the Swope Park Rangers, so every time he gets the ball, watch him very closely. He is the lone goal scorer in today's match. His goal in the 26th minute, the difference thus far. Akhmetov, nice give and go to Berry. Akhmetov with the long range shot, but puts it just high. Second time we've called his name in the last 10 minutes or so, starting to make a little bit of an impact on the match.
Yeah, nice little combination, little give and go there. Struck it well. Unfortunately, it was just rising a little too high over the bar there, but a good strike and a good look by him.
Joined the Rangers about a month ago, so relatively newcomer here, still trying to maybe find his way. No goals, no assists thus far, but has looked to be a solid player in the limited time we've seen him here in Kansas City.
Yeah, his work on and off the balls, he works very, very hard. And, you know, when you're playing close to Kuzain and Hernandez, and you got someone that works that hard, those two have got to love it, because it allows them to do some other things that maybe can't always get to do. So he's a workhorse, that's for sure.
Being pinged around the midfield here. The USL's official Twitter feed will keep you up to date with news, live game updates, and highlights from around the league 24/7. Just follow them online at USL on Twitter. Gidich with it now for the Rangers, gets it right back, all the way back to Zendejas, his keeper now. Graham Smith, the rookie, thought about playing it back, not an option though, now forward. Nice job winning it back there by Colton Storm. The possession given right back to the visitors from Oklahoma City. Storm trying to get out defensively. I would see a cross into the box instead of ball played backwards. Good job there by the Rangers defensively, able to stop a potential goal-scoring chance. Now, can they move quickly the other direction? Long ball played forward to Blackwood. Oh, the offside flag goes up. That was very close.
Yeah, beautiful ball in there by Marr. Blackwood's complaining that maybe he wanted it just a little bit earlier. I think the half-second delay caught him maybe a yard offside.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Yellow card on Jose Burrell, the playmaker for Oklahoma City. I think he was complaining, thought maybe he got fouled. It looked like a clean dispossession to me just moments ago, but certainly frustration setting in. We had the back pass in the first half that did not get called, and now Burrell, I think, thought he was fouled, and the call was not made, and he's shown a yellow card for dissent. And again, 7 assists in the last 3 games for Jose Burrell. He has been red hot, but has yet to make an impact on today's match.
Yeah, every time he's had the ball, he's looked very dangerous, but I can't remember exactly, but some of the chances missed may have been set up by him, which would actually help his assist tally if they did go in. But he has been fairly quiet, as you say.
Shot saved by Zendejas. Looked like the Rangers almost lost track of the forward defensively and gave him time and space to shoot. That was Adam John, who missed a good chance earlier in the half. That one, he forced a diving save, but a pretty routine save there by Zendejas nonetheless.
Yeah, pretty simple save there, but we have seen a little change in Oklahoma. They are pressing higher than they did first half and putting a little bit more pressure on the back four of Swope Park Rangers. So they're going to have to be really careful on the ball.
13-9 the shot tally now, so closer than what we saw at halftime, and Oklahoma City has got their first shot on goal of the match here in the second half. Kuzain. Akhmatov, left-footed shot just wide. Boy, he hammered a right-footed shot moments ago. That time left-footed. Just merely missed having his first goal here for the Swope Park Rangers. Yeah, not getting a lot of pressure at the top of the box or OKC. So he thought, all right, I'll test you again. And that one is even closer, I think, than the one he did about 2 minutes ago. Credit to the goalkeeper, Cody Lorendi. I think he had that covered.
Yeah,
but what a good shot.
I think you're right. If that's on target, he's probably got a hand to that. But still, it's good to see that that he's not afraid to have shots on goal there. And they're going to have to bring out that Oklahoma defense a little bit higher to put some pressure on him next time.
Parker Marr has already made a couple nice plays since he came on just a few minutes ago off the substitutes bench. But he's immediately made an impact in this game with 2 nice defensive plays and a good job there to keep possession. Kuzain, a risky pass there, nearly intercepted by John. Nonetheless, it does not come back to bite the Rangers, who now look to move forward. Hernandez with it. Akhmatov again. He's been active here in the second half. Good look here to Marr on the near sideline. Marr going at the defense to his right foot. Here's Kuzain. Lots of space here for Storm. Thought he was going to tee up a shot. Now plays it in. Shot by Berry. Skies it over the top of the goal. That was a good, patient build-up for the Swope Park Rangers, and the ball fell to Hadji Berry, and I'm sure he wishes he would have done better with that.
Yeah, it's a great play by Byron Rebellon. As the ball's coming to him, he just fakes like he's going to take it there and leaves it for Barry, and Barry's got to do better with that finish. It's got to go far post. But what a great dummy fake there by Rebellon. And unfortunately, Barry just couldn't get over it. Knew what he wanted to do with it, but didn't do it.
Good stuff there in the build-up by the Swope Park Rangers, and a guy like Hadji Berry, he gets the shot like that, 9 times out of 10, he's going to put it on frame. Unfortunately for the home fans, he just skied that chance. Foul is called there, as it looked like Valesky was just smashed in between 2 Swope Park Rangers defenders. That'll set up a free kick from a dangerous spot on the field. It looks like the playmaker Burrill is going to be taking this one for the Swope Park, or for Oklahoma City Energy FC. Looks like the Rangers will be setting up a 2-man wall defensively. Zendejas positioning them right now. And this is a key moment in the match with about 30 minutes left. We haven't seen dangerous set pieces like this for the visitors thus far tonight, and you would think with Burrill's ability, he'll put the ball into a dangerous spot. Right-footed ball towards the goal, just wide of goal, and also just wide of the outstretched feet of one of his teammates, and they're shouting for a penalty kick. See if there was maybe some contact there in the box. The referee took a close look at it and said no PK.
I think there was some contact, but I don't know if it was enough for a PK. I mean, there's always going to be contact in the box anyway, but Harris is asking if he was pulled back there, I think maybe by Didic.
Definitely pulling of the shirt, no doubt about it, and that's one that's, the referee's going to see that. That's a pretty obvious one, but we wondered earlier in the match if there was a key play, would there be a makeup call of sorts? That would have been a kind of a 50-50 call, and it did not go the way of Oklahoma City.
Yeah, and I think it was Smith actually, but it almost looked like Smith was getting pulled, like both shirts were being pulled, so, which is that stuff that goes on inside the box, but yeah, you got to be careful in those situations. But there's an odd sub. Valesky is coming off, and Bustos is coming on.
What do you make of that sub? Do you think that's a heat thing or an injury thing? Because you're taking off a guy who's by far the most dangerous offensive player on the field for Oklahoma City.
Yeah, I mean, maybe there's something we don't know. Maybe he came into the game not 100%, I don't know. But he's definitely the top scorer, and he's definitely person that you're assuming is going to get them back in the game. So there must be more to it than maybe we know.
Doesn't seem to be getting any treatment at the moment, but of course it is a very hot day as he's chugging the water. Again, we started this match about 88 degrees, heat index around 95. It has not cooled off much. The Rangers get a turnover, but can they keep possession? Big collision. Akhmatov able to keep it. Nice work there. The attack gets slowed down, but still almost as important. The Rangers able to keep possession here as they're leading 1-0 with about 25 minutes or so left in the match. Looks like Oklahoma City will be seeing them a lot more aggressive defensively here the remainder of the match as they look to get that equalizing goal. Berry loses his feet. Now a chance for the visitors. Just checked into the match. It's Bustos.
It seems like Bustos has taken that attacking midfield role that Baril had earlier, and Baril's pushed out towards the left side. I don't know if maybe coach has spotted something that might be to their advantage, or whether Baril just needs a rest in that attacking midfield and they've shoved him out to the left.
Good idea by Berry, but it's intercepted by the Oklahoma City defense. Here's Atiba Harris, longtime MLS veteran, playing it forward.
Here's Baril on the ball right now.
And if you're just tuning in, Hadji Berry, the lone goal scorer in this match, his goal in the 26th minute, the difference right now. Bustos with a shot right at the goalkeeper, so he has been active since just checking into the match, but his shot there right at Zendejas, who makes the routine save. Pretty well struck there by Bustos, but keeper's not going to make a mess of that most of the time. He needed to try to pick out a corner on that case, didn't do it. There he goes down, the foul is given. Dave Borchard here alongside Doug McCloggin as you're watching USL Soccer here on ESPN+. Thanks so much for tuning in. Hope everybody out there is having a great holiday weekend. Always nice to take in some good sports, some good soccer here. I watched a lot of soccer yesterday, a lot of American football, and it's nice to have some more action today as the holiday weekend continues here in Kansas City, Kansas. 70th minute here at Children's Mercy Park, 1-0 in favor of the home side. Both these teams contending for playoff positioning. Just 6 games left after today. Swope Park Rangers have 5 of 6 at home. Oklahoma City has 5 of 6 on the road. So this game important for both. Really important for Oklahoma City, who's right now outside of the playoff picture in 10th place. Swope Park Rangers currently in the playoffs in 7th place. And again, the top 8 teams will make the postseason. You can watch highlights from every game of the 2018 season and stay up to date with news from across the USL at the league's official Facebook page. It's facebook.com/USL Soccer. Ball turned over. Bustos again, setting up a shot. Left-footed curler goes up high over the top of the goal. But again, he's made an immediate impact on this game. And second time he's had a shot, Doug, that he probably should have done better with.
Yeah, he should have done better. And here's the difference we're seeing here. Like you said, Oklahoma's pressing way higher. And the game seems to be played more in Swope Park Rangers half now. And then we just had 2 really dangerous balls across the back line. One we got lucky with to clear, and the other one was an interception that set up that chance for Bustos. So the turnovers in our final third and in the midfield third, they've got to be careful there, and they've got to get this game going up to the other end instead of playing the majority of it now in their own final third, trying to get out of tight areas. Give Oklahoma credit, they've come and they've pushed higher and they've forced the game on Swope a little bit here.
No, you just saw it, but a substitution for Swope Park Rangers as Felipe Hernandez exits the match. Chase Minter enters in the midfield. It was also interesting a moment ago during that stoppage in play. get back to that momentarily. Akhmetov dispossessed. Foul is called. During that stoppage in play, Hadji Berry ran all the way back down the field from his forward spot and was given a few words there to his goalkeeper, Adrian Zendejas. So not sure if he saw something, but he was all the way back down the pitch and now has gone all the way back up top near the Oklahoma City goal. So it didn't look like any harsh words or anything, but maybe kind of what you were commenting a minute ago. Time to get the ball up the other end of the field and away from your own goal.
Yeah, you might be 100% right. He might just say, hey, knock a few long balls in here, because right now we're playing everything, Swope Park Rangers playing everything short and bringing in Oklahoma to put pressure on them. So playing that long release ball up top to Hadji might be a way to get them to back off a little bit.
Well, if anybody's going to be knocking the ball around near their goal, you'd prefer it to be the opponent, right? Even though it hasn't come back to bite Kansas City yet in this match, your preference would be the ball to be here. And look at that. It almost rolls into the goal just because the possession is down at that end of the field, and now it's a corner kick as the goalkeeper Lorendi took his eye off it for a second.
Well, we've seen it at both ends. Goalkeepers are asked a lot to do nowadays. They have to be good with their feet. And you make a little mistake like that, oops. And that,
well, he got lucky that didn't roll into the net. Yeah,
absolutely. If he's in between the posts there, that's a goal. But like I said, they get Zendejas is getting the same thing, put under a lot of pressure with a ball at their feet. And every now and then, goalkeepers do make errors.
Felipe Hernandez would normally be taking this free kick or this corner kick. He has just got subbed out, so his replacement Chase Minter will take this. We'll see what his service looks like. Good ball right in front of the goal, but foul is called. It's cleared out anyway by the Oklahoma City defense, but pretty good service there by Chase Minter in his first action of the match, his first touch. Again, time is not the friend for Oklahoma City right now. You'd expect him to be moving a little bit quicker here. The goalkeeper taking his time. Also expect to have a water break here in a few minutes if the first half is any evidence. Should be coming up here in the next few minutes. Ball behind the defense. Flag stays down. Zendejas able to make a diving save, but now the empty net, and the shot is kicked just wide. What an unbelievable sequence there, as Zendejas looked like he was beat, ends up making a miraculous initial save, then the follow-up shot is pushed wide. Alex Dixon here probably cannot believe he missed the open net.
Well, the first thing, John was standing in an offside position but not playing the ball. Dixon is onside. That is unbelievable goalkeeping. If he does not touch that, Dixon's going to round it with his left foot and tap it in with his right. Because he forced it wide, Dixon had to turn and hit it first time. His body was off balance and he missed that opportunity, just like Rebellon missed that first half opportunity of a wide goal. But that is tremendous goalkeeping there, and that's kept the game at 1-0. And Swope's got to watch that, because that run by Dixon, who's very, very quick, was timed perfectly. Look at this ball here.
You don't often see a goalkeeper be able to make a punch like that off of a first touch, but he did a great job. Zendejas did kind of improvising there, and as you can see, we're in a water break here with about 15 minutes left in the match. Give credit to Zendejas, because I think a lot of times the goalies will try to make themselves big and get in the way of the forward charging at the goal, but he was able to take that first touch and poke it away, and like you said, if he doesn't do that, he's probably beaten. It's probably a tie game right now.
Yeah, it was a really smart play, because he actually started off outside the box, and when it was touched past him by Dixon, took a couple steps, took a big dive, and pushed it wider. If he doesn't push that, then Dixon's right in front of the goal. By the time Dixon does get to shoot, it's off at an angle. It's pretty acute and not easy to finish. So, boy, he just saved them big time. And you can feel that the game is changing, and it's almost like, I don't know if Oklahoma's forced it on Swope, or Swope's kind of sat back and decided we're just going to try and milk this game out and win 1-0, but it's extremely dangerous against such a potent offense such as Oklahoma.
Well, the other thing that Zendejas deserves credit for is knowing where he was at, because like you said, he started outside the box, and he's going back in the box, and where he makes that touch is only about a foot inside that white line. So pretty good positional awareness, knowing that he could use his hands in that situation.
Absolutely, because if he thinks he's further out, he's going to say, well, I can't use my hands here, and if he doesn't, that's a goal. So yeah, his positional awareness was fantastic there.
He's smiling. He knows he made a good play, right?
Nice little giggle there, yeah.
15 minutes away from a win on the holiday weekend. He's feeling good. We'll see how this finishes out, as both these teams have had plenty of chances. And I know we've said it before. This could be a 3-2 game. This could be a 3-3 game right now. If nothing else, I think the Rangers are pretty fortunate right now that Oklahoma City hasn't scored at all, because they've had, at this point now, 5 or 6 good goal-scoring chances.
Yeah, they've had some very good opportunities. They've been off today. But, you know, Swope's had some good opportunities, and I'm not saying they've been off, but they haven't finished the chances. And if they had, they could be home and dry now. But it's you know, it's been a fantastic game from 2 very, very good teams. And I'm hoping these 2 teams will both make the playoffs, because they're both very well organized, very good teams.
How about this? The USL surpassed 2 million in total attendance last week, maintaining a record pace in the stands for the league's modern era. The league and its teams would like to thank you, the fans, for the rising support you have provided over the course of this season. Again, more than 2 million fans this season as we head towards the 2018 USL Cup playoffs. So thank you very much to the fans, including those here today at Children's Mercy Park, for coming out and being such great supporters of this great product in the USL. Zendejas certainly not going to be in much of a rush here the remainder of the match. Taking his time, looking around, now rolling it out and booting it up the field. Nice thought there by Berry. Can he keep it in? He does.
Like you said about 2 minutes ago, maybe that was a chat Berry had with him. Hey, put the ball down, and when they come to you, knock a 50-yard ball to me. And with a little bit of luck there, he gets turned and he's on a breakaway, as opposed to us Swope Park Rangers getting caught in their final third. So maybe Berry's going to be a coach one day.
I'll tell you, Berry just kind of poked it forward. I was a little surprised Blackwood didn't just sprint up and apply lots of pressure. That could be a strategy, could be just some late game fatigue. As Oklahoma City trying to put the ball in the box, takes the deflections, and Dejas able to keep it in play. And again, he'll waste a little bit more time here. Every second is precious here as we work down towards that 90th minute. Probably not going to be a ton of stoppage time if this keeps up. We know we had the water break that was about 2 minutes. But we may only be looking at 3 or 4 minutes here added on to the end of the second half if things hold the way they are right now. Tita Harris playing it back to his keeper, who's got to be careful. And again, not a great touch there. He's made some great acrobatic saves today, but the little bit we've seen Lorendi playing with his feet, not necessarily his strength, at least not today.
No, he, like you say, he's made some great saves. So his, let's not say his weakness, but he may, like you said, not be as good with his feet as he possibly could be. How about that?
Well, this is, we watched him in warm-ups. This is not your typical goalkeeper, at least not his physical stature, right? Because he almost looks like a guy who would be a fullback in American football, or maybe a linebacker. He's a strong, kind of burly guy. He's got the big beard going on. I mean, this is like a tough guy in goal. And like I said, a bigger than average guy. So he's been very athletic with his saves, but not great with his feet so far today. And there's a turnover for the Rangers, but lots of blue streaking back. Now a chance for a 4v5. Tons of space here. Storm able to recover defensively. Ball sent across, header towards the goal. It's Zendejas punches it over the top to save the lead.
And that's the thing we're talking about again there. A turnover on pretty much the halfway line by Colton Storm, I believe, which sets up a great opportunity for Oklahoma. And fortunately, Zendejas made a great save again. Storm gets back to cover from his mistake. Great header, but nice little fingertip save over the bar.
Great cross, too. And look at that as a header put on frame by Adam John, but Zendejas in the perfect spot and able to paw it over the crossbar. Preserving that 1-0 lead for the home side, but not out of danger yet. Corner kick coming up for the visitors from Oklahoma City. Can they find the equalizer here with about 10 minutes left in the match? It's Baril, the playmaker, going to take this. Right-footed out swinger. Ball chested down, now cleared out by Gidic. Probably a good idea just to boot that away.
I'm going to guess in, 10 minutes left, we're probably going to have a couple more chances for Oklahoma. Question is, are they going to put it away or not? And, you could end up with Swope having a great performance today, and then in the last 10 minutes, Oklahoma scores, and it's a 1-1 tie, and you're walking away disappointed with the result. So Swope's got to be on their toes here, because, like I said, I think you might see a couple more chances coming Oklahoma's way here.
And the other thing I'm always looking for is that confidence builds, and Oklahoma City sort of sensing a goal coming here. Do they get a little too aggressive, and could we see a Hadji Berry breakaway opportunity? I feel like that could be a likelihood as well. here as we head down the home stretch. Here's a chance again for the visitors, a slow roller. Zendejas makes it look like a routine save as Bustos again has made an impact in this match, but I think that's his third shot on goal, but has been unable to beat the keeper Zendejas so far.
Yeah, he's created 3 opportunities, like you say, but he's not struck the ball very well on any of them, I don't think. And that's a dribbler straight to the keeper. Took a little deflection, slowed it down, but again, didn't hit it clean.
Oklahoma City looking to move quickly. Great ball behind the defense. This could be it for Oklahoma City. Played back again, and again it's a shot that's bounced off the defense by Bustos, his 4th shot. And now a Rangers player is down, may have been kicked in the face. I believe that's Akhmatov. And again, it was Bustos making a difference, but his shot went off the Swope Park Rangers defense, and now the training staff will be called out.
Yeah, another great opportunity for him, but all started by Dixon, and Dixon's been on fire in the last 5 or 10 minutes. That's a great penetrating pass, angled run, and I thought Johns could actually maybe have slotted it over to his left and maybe hit it. Laid it off inside for Bustos, but blocked by Graham Smith.
Take a look at what happened here at the end of the play. I think that was more of a foot injury than a headshot, as I mentioned earlier, because he got his leg completely cleared out as he went to clear that ball out of danger. And look, Akhmatov now trying to walk it off. Definitely a dangerous play there on the clearance by Dixon.
Yeah, it probably looked a lot worse than it actually was. I think he cleared it and probably caught his cleats, and that's very painful, but he's up and he's ready to play again. But they got to keep an eye on this boy Dixon. He's been very dangerous over the last 5 to 10 minutes, creating opportunities, and that was a beautiful penetrating pass to John. But I thought John maybe could have taken it himself, but good layoff to Bustos, but blocked again by Smith. And Swope Park Rangers have got a testy 7 to 8 minutes here to finish up this game and come away 3 points.
So some good sportsmanship there after the play as Dixon and Akhmatov patting each other on the back, knowing that that was no ill intent on that one. And about a minute of stoppage there will be added on here at the end of the half, in addition to that 2-minute water break and whatever else the referee sees fit. As the ball sent into the box here, sent across, headed out nicely by the captain, Mirjitic, now just cleared out by Berry. Blackwood, though, on an island by himself.
He's pretty much been on an island by himself the whole second half. He's had to put a lot of groundwork in to try and get those loose.
The latest edition of From the Pitch on USLsoccer.com.
It'll be interesting to see the stat of possession second half, because it's been a completely different game, and I would think Oklahoma's probably got the highest percentage in possession this second half. Or how that would balance out the whole game, but it's been a different game the second half, and Oklahoma's kind of taken it to Swope, I think.
Good defense by Parker Marr, able to draw the foul, and we wondered about that substitution, but he's had 3 or 4 nice defensive plays since he came into this match as a substitute. It was in the 56th minute, so he's a nice job there, earning the foul, and you know it's going to kill another 30 seconds or so of the clock, just this build up to the kick by Zendejas.
He's done very well. Like I said, has strengthened up this right side, because most of the time Dixon's been coming through, it's been in that central area he's caused problems, so I think Parker Marr's done a very good job when he's come on.
Same thing with Bustos as well. All his chances have been right there in the center of the park since he's come on as a substitution for Oklahoma City. Long ball played forward by Zendejas. Oklahoma City will certainly be disappointed if they leave this match with nothing to show for it, as they've put together pretty good performance. It's now all square in terms of shots, 16 to 16, shots on goal, 4 to 4. And like you said, Doug, the possession has really at least gotten close to even, with Oklahoma City having a lot of the ball in the second half. But maybe here's a chance for the nail in the coffin. Berry leaves it for Minter. Good defense, though, by Oklahoma City, able to alleviate the pressure.
Yeah, the layoff by Berry didn't have enough on it there. couldn't get to Minter in time, unfortunately. But there, of course, from a turnover by Oklahoma in their own defense. Both teams got to be careful with that in the last few minutes here.
This game's had a lot of action, but only one goal. Do we have another one left in this one? Probably about 7 or 8 minutes left. Should be 3, 4, 5 minutes of stoppage time added on to the end of this second half. Nice first touch by Marr, now just clearing it up the field, but pretty good pass actually cleared out by Oklahoma City, and now the foul is given. Akhmatov can't believe it. He thought he got all ball, but Barrel goes down and he earns the foul. A dangerous spot on the field for a free kick, and now Akhmatov, not a shock. You see a little cramping issue going on. It is hot, it is humid, and it's not a shock to be seeing this at the late stages of the match.
Yeah, I'm not so sure that was a foul. I think Berriel knew he'd left his leg out and he knew he'd lost the ball, so I think he just thought, oh, I'll go over here. And the referee bought it, and we got a dangerous spot for a free kick here. Very dangerous.
Burrell, you'd have to figure, would have pretty good service here. We have another substitution. Akhmatov, who's had a nice second half, comes out, and Silva coming in for the Swope Park Rangers.
I wonder if that sub has come quickly when he saw him go down for a cramp. Said, Silva, get up there quickly and get him off, because in the last few minutes you don't want someone out there who's going to be struggling.
Well, Silva's certainly a big body as well, a nice guy to have on in set pieces like this, trying to defend and protect that lead.
So this could be a very, very crucial set piece. It looks like Bustos is taking it. It's going to be an in-swinger towards the keeper.
Good service, ball loose in the area, it's still bouncing around. Berry pokes it over the end line. It'll be another corner kick. Great service there by Bustos. He's been very good since he came in. The only thing he hasn't done is put the ball in the back of the net.
Yeah, it's a dangerous ball because it's coming in towards the keeper, and if it gets touched by anybody, that could go in the back of the net, and it was touched, but well blocked, I think, by Graham Smith there. He managed to get in between, I think it might have been Harris. Harris flicked it, and it went into Graham Smith's body. It's good defending there, because that could have been, if he wasn't there, that could have been the back of the net quite easily. And now we got some pulling and tugging and shoving.
Referee says no more. But like you said, Doug, it seems like this stuff happens on almost every single corner kick.
It's not like they're going to listen to him. They just got to be smart and not get caught doing something here.
Jose Burrell, the playmaker, 7 assists in the last 3 games. He'll take this corner kick for Oklahoma City. Nice clearance there by Gidic. Ball still in the attacking third for Oklahoma City, now playing it back. They have to be careful here as the ball's lobbed in towards the goal. 2 defenders there, neither one can get it. Now back to Burrell, playing it across, not a great service. It's a nice idea, but a little too hard, rolls over the end line. Hey fans, stay up to date with all the best from social media around the USL by watching Off the Post with host Kelsey Steele every Friday evening on the USL's social media channels. Time is of the essence here for the visitors as we are in the 90th minute. We'll see on stoppage time here momentarily, but I can't imagine it being much more than 4 or 5 minutes here tacked on to the end of the second half. Can Oklahoma City get 1 or 2 more good scoring chances? There it is, officially 5 minutes added on to the end of the second half, and that stoppage time will begin right now. Does Oklahoma City have a goal? They've certainly had enough good scoring chances. 5 or 6 really good ones in this match. Unable to find the back of the net thus far.
It's going to be a scary 5 minutes for the Swope Park Rangers here.
Seconds into stoppage time. Not much has happened for the visitors as they try to find a way to rescue a result out of this game. They've won 4 straight games. All of those they have scored 3 goals or more. That streak will certainly come to an end today. It's hard to see a scenario where they would win the game as well at this point, but maybe they can find a way to get a goal and walk away with a point and feel pretty good about that. Nice touch there by Dixon into the edge of the box. Over the end line, who touched it last? It's going to be a goal kick for Zendejas, but what skill there by Dixon, working around the defense, and then at the same time, nice recovery defense there by Jidic, able to prevent a goal-scoring opportunity.
Yeah, I think he's been tremendous second half. Yeah, he's good first half, but great touch, great skill there to get round him. And unfortunately, took a little bad touch there, but he's worked very hard this second half, created a lot of opportunities for him, and been one of the better players for sure.
Zendejas a moment ago showing a yellow card for time wasting. Now the referee is telling him to come on. But this is very predictable. He's going to be in no hurry whatsoever. Bicycle kick there, but out of bounds, and it ends up being all for naught, as it looked cool, but didn't really help Oklahoma City get anything going on the offensive end. Instead, it's just going to waste another 30 or 45 seconds as the Rangers in no hurry to get to this throw in, and who could blame them?
That bicycle kind of sums up the finishing today. It's been a little bit off.
Maybe a chance here for the Rangers. Tons of space here. Well, they may be contentious to dribble towards the corner flag. We'll take a look here. Into Berry. Probably a smart play, just being patient, holding possession.
Just got to be careful they keep it here and run the clock down. And now got a corner flag.
When the Rangers, much like in the first half, the Rangers haven't had much possession at all lately. You can't even remember it, just like we saw with Oklahoma City in the first half. Here's Kuzain into the box, makes a man miss, plays it to the middle. Blackwood gives it back, and what a finish, but the flag goes up.
Oh, you gotta be kidding me.
Very questionable call. That looked like a beautiful, beautiful give and go. Would have put the game on ice for the Swope Park Rangers. There's a foul there against Oklahoma City. We'll have to take another look at that, as that looked like an absolutely beautiful goal, and it does not come to fruition.
Oh, that was unbelievable play by Kuzan. Right here, look, whoop, excuse me. And where's the offside? Well, it's a backward pass. There's no offside there.
On a beautiful finish. That just seems
I
like
don't get that.
a really bad call on the surface.
Maybe the ball into Blackwood. Could that have been offside?
It didn't look like it to me. It looked like he was on the other side of the defender. So
yeah, I'd really like to see that again, because that was a fantastic goal.
Although it's not the first questionable call the referees had today, to be fair.
Well, I guess we're not in position, so maybe Blackwood was offside when he received it.
Ball stays in. Only about a minute left here as we're winding towards the end of the game. Desperate straits here for Oklahoma City as the ball is punted forward, and quite a punt. It looks like that could roll all the way to Zendejas. He doesn't come out to claim it, though, and the ball's still loose. Big contact, and that's a definite foul. That might be enough, yeah. It'll at least kill off most of the game. Marr smartly rolls back onto the field.
Yeah.
Smartly rolls back onto the field as a yellow card is issued.
Look right here. Blackwood.
No. Well, let's look where that brown stripe is on the field.
I mean, maybe his shoulder might be off.
But then the other defender also came back, right? So the first defender, maybe he's slightly behind him. The second defender may have held him onside. We don't have the perfect view straight across the field, but that, you know what, if nothing else, what a beautiful play.
Oh, it was a wonderful play.
Unbelievable.
That would have been like just the way to finish the game. I mean, just beautiful play by Kuzan, beautiful finish by Kuzan, smart play by Blackwood, but maybe his shoulder was slightly offside to give the linesman, I guess, the benefit of the doubt.
Maybe the last action of the game as Jidic boots it forward. We're past the minimum 5 minutes of stoppage time. The referee blows his whistle, and that is it. A big win for the Swope Park Rangers. Their winning streak continues. They've now won 3 games in a row and improved their playoff positioning. And for Oklahoma City Energy FC, their 4-game winning streak comes to an end, and their playoff positioning is now in dire straits as they really needed a result today. At the end of the day, a pretty even match, an exciting match, and a huge result for the home team.
Yeah, massive result for Swope. Feel bad for Oklahoma because they're such a good team, a very, very good team. Hopefully there's a chance they might be able to creep up into the playoffs. But those 3 points for Swope pushed them into a really strong and commanding position. Like you said, they've got 5 home games to come after this. So very good 3 points today.
You could see representatives from both teams trying to talk to the referee. They both have complaints, but that's not atypical. Take a timeout. The post-game show coming up next. Swope Park Rangers 1, Oklahoma City Energy FC 0. You're watching USL Soccer here on ESPN+. Hadji Berry gets the game-winning goal in the 26th minute, his 12th of the season, 4th straight start for him where he has scored, and it's his 2nd straight game winner. Swope Park Rangers 1-0 over Oklahoma City Energy FC. Exciting game, Doug, despite only being 1 goal scored.
Oh, I think it was a fantastic game, really enjoyable game, lots of chances. I mean, 1-0 sounds like a quiet game, but it could have been like 6-5. It was a great game, really entertaining.
Let's take a look at tonight's final stats, and I think that'll help play out exactly how even this game was, as well as how exciting this game was. Look at that, shots, 31 combined shots. That is quite an offensive output. Each team with 4 shots on goal. Corner kicks slightly in favor of the Rangers. And possession, 64-36. That was actually a lot bigger disparity at halftime, where it was more than 70-30. So I think it was kind of a tale of 2 halves. Swope Park Rangers better in the first half, despite some good chances for the visitors. And then Oklahoma City really made it close in the second half, as they were the better team there.
Yeah, Oklahoma came after them second half, and they had to. They're a goal down, but yeah, the possession was greater for them in the second half. They played a little higher, put some more pressure on Swope Park Rangers. But again, with the chance they did create, unfortunately didn't put them in the back of the net.
Labor Day weekend victory for the home side. Swope Park Rangers victorious 1-0, and as I mentioned, it's their 3rd straight victory on Hat Trick Harry bobblehead day. Happy birthday to Hat Trick Harry, the great mascot for Swope Park Rangers. Hadji Berry with the goal right here in the 26th minute. That is the difference in the match. Plenty of chances for both sides, but that goal right there gets the full 3 points for the Swope Park Rangers, and they win 1-0 here at home.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League may not be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the express written consent of the United Soccer League.